guys, welcome back to Creative Witch. My name is Jen, and I thought I'd just jump on here real briefly. I'm just going to give a brief talk about what's kind of happening this week, because this week is a big one. We have a heavy hitter in the sky. Pluto is going to be ingressing into Aquarius. So Pluto is at the 29th degree, conjunct the Sun at 29 degrees on January 20th. So this is a very potent energy, and we're probably going to see some wrapping up of some karmic cycles that have been transpiring over the past 20 years. And we're going to see an influx of energy move into the sign of Aquarius. And the sign of Aquarius is the revolutionary and the eccentric and the one with some out-of-the-box thinking and some creative ideas. We will also see Pluto retrograde back into Capricorn. I believe it's from September 2nd to November 20th of this year. So if we haven't got it right, we are going to be tested one more time this year, because as if we haven't had enough tests, right, over the course of the past 20. Anyways, so that's going to be happening, but I mean, forewarned is forewarned, right? So if we know these things ahead of time, we can kind of navigate these tricky scenarios with a little bit more knowledge. I am going to walk you through a horoscope and an idea for you guys that's going with the rising signs. I'm going to start with Aries and move through to Pisces. I'm going to tell you where Pluto has been transiting your chart for the past 20 years and where it's ingressing and what you can expect to see transpire. So to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how you could best utilize your energy, or what's going to, or have an understanding as to, how this has affected your life for the past 20 years, and how it's going to be affecting your life for the next 20. Because I will say one thing about Pluto is Pluto can be, if we're not paying attention to where our soul needs to go in this lifetime, can feel like an 800-pound weight sitting on our on top of us until we kind of make those decisions to move in a different direction. And especially being in the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius wants revolution. So there's no more stuck in old ways of being anymore. Like, we are here, our souls need to evolve, and that is going to be a lot of ego deaths along the way. And unfortunately, a lot of the collective is still stuck in old ways of thinking, old ways of living, old ways of being. And for the next 20 years, Pluto is going to come in like a wrecking ball, and he is going to be implementing changes in an innovative, revolutionary, eccentric kind of way. I couldn't be more excited for this transit, because it's about time that we've seen change on planet Earth as to how things have kind of been, and to move into some more fresh energy that takes us on a new path that's revolutionary. Change can be really hard. I mean, even for myself, change can be hard, but I know personally, like, my whole life has been kind of uprooted over the last couple of years, and sometimes we don't really understand why things are happening to us, but I can always say this, is like, we are always right where we need to be in order for our souls to grow, whether that's good or bad. We're always right where we need to be to get where we need to go. It's for the greatest good, whether or not that feels good or not good in the moment. So just take heart in knowing that the changes that will be implemented are going to be for our highest good. So without further ado, I'm going to change up my screen here, and I'm going to walk you guys through the 12 rising signs. I'm just going to move my mouse along on the screen so that you can see what I'm doing. So let me just do that here. Oh, all right. So, excuse me for a second. So for Aries and Aries rising, you can see right here that Pluto's leaving your 10th house of career and moving into your 11th house of hopes and dreams and humanitarian efforts, as well as your self-awareness. So it's very likely to see a new attitude of how you make a living, to moving into, for the next 20 years, a change and a rebirth of how you move through community and with regards to your self-awareness. And for Taurus and Taurus rising, actually I should just say for Taurus rising, Pluto's leaving your 9th house right here of higher education, learning, and philosophy, and you may be wrapping up these areas in life and moving into Pluto's stay within your 10th house of career and long-term goals, which is right here, which may take on a radical approach and be innovative in nature. So that's exciting. And here we go. For Gemini rising, Pluto is going to be happening, or Pluto's leaving your 8th house of transformation and other people's money. And I'm sure as Pluto's leaving this house for you, there's been a death and rebirth of self and how you handle intimacy and your assets. And Pluto's going to be moving right here into your 9th house of travel and higher education. And you could see yourself birthing innovative ideas with regard, or going back to school to learn something, or traveling more than usual. And whoops, here we go. So for Cancer, and for Cancer rising, Pluto is leaving your 7th house right here of contracts and relationships, and you may have changed how you move through all kinds of relationships, and it's moving into your 8th house of transformation, intimacy, and marriage and other people's money. It may have you more invested in partnerships and how you show up intimately within your relationships. Okay, and moving right along to Leo rising. Pluto's leaving your 6th house of daily activities, health, your routines, and wrapping up and probably upheaving daily life, and moving into your 7th house of relationships for the next 20 years. Will have you completely transformed with how you move through relationships in regards to any important contracts, including marriage, and it will be in for a revolutionary change. And moving on to Virgo rising. So Virgo rising, Pluto is leaving your 5th house right here of fun, romance, and your inner child, where it's been for the last 20 years, which could have seen you actually having a child or more activity with regards to your children. How you show up with regards to your inner child, and how you just overall enjoy life. And it's going to be moving into your 6th house right here of daily activities, health, diet, and your daily activities, basically. So you're probably going to see much radical change with regards to maybe how you what you eat, your workout routine, and basically how you go about daily lives. You could even see yourself getting a pet. Okay, and let me just change this now. So for Libra rising, Pluto is going to be leaving your 4th house of home, and where you've lived for the past 20 years has probably changed a lot, and what home and family mean to you as well. And it's moving into your 5th house of creative activity, fun, and romance, and also of children, and will completely transform your idea of fun. And you may birth a new creative idea or get involved with anything that lights you up inside, and you could possibly see the birth of a child or have a change within the lives of your already existing children. And for Scorpio rising, Pluto is leaving your 3rd house of critical thinking, your interests, communication, and the neighborhood around you, and moving into your 4th house of home, which you may find life, your roots, and your emotional state will completely transform over the next 20 years. You may move more than once. And for Sagittarius rising, Pluto is leaving your 2nd house of values and how you make money and move into your 3rd house of community, communication, in your neighborhood. And you'll find life within the community picks up, and would be a good time to launch a communication idea that's revolutionary, whether that's be launching a YouTube channel or a podcast, something with regards to that and how you show up within community. And for Capricorn rising is probably the biggest relief for you guys, because you guys have gotten hit the most basically over the past 20 years, because Pluto has been in your 1st house of self. So it's basically giving you a death and rebirth of who you are on a soul level within who you are. And you'll probably feel some relief. It'll be moving into your 2nd house of values, your habits, and how you make money. And will, of course, over the next 20 years, be completely rebirthed from how you know it to be at this point in time. And okay, so moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius rising. This is going to be hitting you the most over the next 20 years because Pluto is moving into your sign. So Pluto is leaving your 12th house of spirituality, hidden enemies, solitude, and karma, and moving into the 1st house of self. You'll feel this energy the most, and who you know yourself to be is going to go through a major rebirth from the ground up, which can be so exciting if we breathe through the changes and just embrace being reborn. And moving on to Pisces, Pisces rising. Pluto's giving your 11th house of humanitarian pursuits and your hopes and dreams, and entering into a place of solitude and spirituality. And your soul is going to go through a rebirth, and you will probably spend a lot of time in solitude and being okay with that, and going over your spirituality and what that means for you. Okay, so now, hey guys. I know it was brief, this message. I didn't have a lot of time to come on here and chit chat today. I am knee deep in probably 100 mugs that I'm launching for a few markets that I have going. I don't know if you all are interested, but I also sell creative mugs that are, that's my inner child, and how my life has completely transpired the last 20 years. My whole career, I had one job for 30 years, and I've kind of given that up, and I've traded it in from being a master cake artist to a pottery maker and an astrologer. So talk about like complete change, right? I hope that this transit treats you good. And worst case scenario this week, if times are kind of getting a little bit like heavy, just know that it will pass, and to breathe our way through, and to just maybe take some time before we react to any kind of negativity that's stemming from the outside world. And I would love to hear some feedback, where you guys are tuning in from, how these transits are affecting you. If you want to leave a comment below and like or subscribe, or share this video with anybody you think that would resonate with it, it's much appreciated. Sending all my love and all my best to you. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.